I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like the service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's September 4th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Schimbro. We had a sharply negative day for the soybean market once again. Let's turn with a fire tip to see how we ended. Corn was down 5 3/4 cents. Soybeans off 34 1/4 cents. Wheat in Chicago down a penny, and Kansas City was off just a penny as well here today.
Yeah, Brock, you know, it seemed kind of like a similar situation that we saw last week. Coming out of the weekend, we had relatively dry conditions that really supported the soybean complex in particular on the first trade day of the week. As we had people price into that rally and take some longs off, we really had some sharp selling here today, and it was kind of reminiscent of what we saw last Tuesday. You know, bottom line right now on this soybean market, people are trying to kind of get a feel on what the average yield is out of this crop. We're going to get some information from the USDA later in the month, and you're going to touch on that in a minute here, Brock. But bottom line, I think people are pricing into a market that had some good rallies yesterday. Today, in particular, we had some fundamentals out from the Chinese, or some rumors about the Chinese regarding them wanting to sell some more beans out of state reserves around December. That's just a rumor at this point, but certainly you combine that with kind of the technical landscape that we see right now on the November 13 soybean contract. We still have that gap to fill. The high side of that's 13.31. So I think all these factors kind of combined today to really help push the soybean market lower in particular. Not a lot to talk about in terms of corn and wheat. Really, the big story remains soybeans and what is the yield out of this crop.
You know, we did get some private analysts coming out with their estimates for the current conditions of the crop and the current yield and production forecasts right now. If we take a look at this table here, you can see that we had FC Stone reporting today, Landworth and Allendale as well, and then we also had a Reuters poll of about 20 different analysts that reported as well. So if you take a look at it was a pretty varying range actually, from the high end on corn of FC Stone down to the low end, which was Landworth here today. But I guess the general consensus to take away from it on the Reuters poll column is that we're looking for a pretty substantial reduction in the yield and definitely a reduction in the overall production. You know, soybeans, similar story, and I think even more drastically for soybeans, especially on the yield as that is concerned. USDA was currently sitting in August at 42.6 on the yield. The average of the analyst guess for Reuters was 41.09. So we're looking for over a 1 bushel reduction to the overall yield forecast, and that's going to flow over into production as well. So I think that's really what got the market excited. You know, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen it rally overall quite a bit, but we've also seen the volatility really pick up over the last couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, certainly. You know, as we move toward the USDA report, that will be out on September 12th. We're going to get more of these private analyst expectations and an official poll out from Reuters. So we'll keep you posted on both those, really, to get an idea of what the market's expecting to be reported by the USDA on September 12th, because certainly we've seen a pretty darn good rally here for soybeans in particular, but the action moving into harvest and through the winter is really going to be dictated by what the USDA comes out with for yield in these next couple reports. September could certainly be a big one here in terms of price, so we'll keep you posted on that. Coming down the pipe in the grain market just this week, as we did have the Labor Day holiday here this weekend, we have market events pushed back a day. Tomorrow we're going to be getting the EIA ethanol report out, and then Friday we're going to be getting export sales reported, so we'll keep you posted on both those here on GrainTV and on Twitter. You can find us over there at GrainTV is our account. Thanks a lot for joining us here on GrainTV. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.